this would have been like a fucking headache mission. Alright, who wants to go first?
Okay.
I got a good one.
Oh, okay. Josh was already looking while we were over here setting up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's getting ahead of the game.
Mine's a more simplistic setup. All right. Am I the asshole for turning away a young child from my son's birthday who bullies him? Excuse the title. My son just turned 8. We had a birthday party for him Saturday. He invited some friends from class, including Kyle. I don't know Kyle. Maybe he was his cousin. With some other boys in the class, Josh. Josh has been shitty to my son for a while now. The poor kid has gone through a lot. His baby sister died. Then his dad leaves his mom. My son has a baby brother, and he has both me and my husband, his dad, still in the home. So he has become a target for Josh's hurt and anger. It starts off when they went to a virtual learning last September. Josh would say things about Josh. I spoke to the teacher, and she said she was doing everything to correct Josh and protect my son. Then, in May, their school decided to test out going back in person learning all day. While there, Josh was nasty to my son, made the entire month a living hell for him, and I was on the school's ass about it. I put in for a class transfer, but was denied because there was no dealing with it. When they returned to school a few weeks ago, Josh was still targeting my son. So, anyway, Kyle's mom showed up to the party Saturday with Josh. I was confused, asked what was going on. She explained he was her nephew, etc., etc. And she was hoping it would help everyone if he was included since everything going on. I said no way. That he was not invited, and given the way he treats my son, he was not coming in. She argued with me, but I stood firm. She and I got along well before this, which is why her being his aunt shocked me, because you would expect it to come up when she knew about the bullying. But now she's saying I was the asshole to the little boy and should have shown him kindness and understanding. My son freaked out when he saw Josh at our house and asked if he was staying. So he was so relieved when he wasn't. Am I the asshole here? I feel bad for the kid, but feel only loyalty to my son. Well, that's the whole story, guys. And honestly, my opinion, the dad's kind of in the right, you know?
Yeah, I was gonna say too, like, he's not doing anything to try to, like, apologize for his past behaviors or nothing. He's just like, oh, you know, my son bullied your son, and then he wants to go to your son's birthday party. Like, fuck your son. You lucky I don't treat him like the goddamn pinata. You gonna tell me to let your son, like, oh, okay, Dad, you want him to come through? And then my dad, he gonna be like, all right, now when it comes to the pinata, son, take this back real quick. When they lower that motherfucker, I'm gonna lower it just at his head height, so that as soon as you can fit his in and he's right next to that bitch, I'm gonna raise it so you can knock his ass out, get on him, and be like, oh.
That would be a bit much. I think, like, beginning violence is a bit much.
Violence is the answer. Just joking, no.
Yes, beat the shit out of your other people's kids. That is the answer, for sure.
Yeah.
Beat the shit out of the other person's kid.
Yeah, the other person's kid, not even yours.
I'm actually kind of surprised that I have to check to see if, like, I'm picking up all of your guys' voices, and I'm picking yours up very well compared to when I was first doing Twitters.
Oh, good. I think I'm picking you guys all up good, too. Oh, speaking of
yeah, I don't think anything was wrong with anybody kicking him out and everything. I think it was perfectly fine. Like, I don't even know what 2 point of sense I can add to it besides the fact that it all makes sense. Like, I would do the same thing. if he came to this party apologizing and everything like that, then it's like, oh, okay, it's a bit of a different story. He's apologizing and trying to make some kind of a change, not, overly doing or something stupid like that. But instead, it's purely, nope.
Yeah, and
I just
also
want some birthday cake.
Yeah, and also it's like you're not actually having the kid. Oh, well, hold on. Yeah, you're not having the kid get injured in any way. You're just telling them that they can't come to a party where they're just not invited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, whoopie-doo, end of the world. You're not socially accepted after you're bullying a kid. I mean, what's the kid supposed to learn out of that?
He's just expected that he goes to this party and then he's just like, yo, I went to this party even though I made him my bitch. But then when he got you gotta go home. Everybody, he was walking home and he was probably thinking in his head like, man, everybody gonna talk about how cool Josh's party was and how I wasn't invited. This fucking sucks. Oh my god, Dad, I wanna move away. I hate life right now. And he's at school and everyone's like, yo, Josh's party was lit. They had Spider-Man at that bitch and not some random dude. See, it was the real life. Everything that happened in the Avengers was based off of a true story. We found out that day. But it's off of they came through a wormhole. They came through a wormhole. And then the other guy who was like a fake Spider-Man was like, oh, holy shit. He took his mask off. He was like, am I high? Like, that's what he was expecting or some shit like that. I have no idea. So you gotta leave the party. Don't be bullying people that have a birthday party coming up.
Very true, very true, very true. And then as a dad, you gotta protect your son,
Yeah,
definitely.
I hate the fact that some people look at it like when your kid is trying, or when a parent is trying to protect their kid, they have this tendency to want to protect them with that. But a lot of people see that as, oh, you're just babying your child, and it's like, no. When you do the littlest, you're telling the teacher like, hey, this guy's really messing with my kid. Like, hey, I don't know if it's. Did you say that the kid was saying anything or no?
No, it didn't really go into detail when it came to the actual bullying. It just said that Josh was bullying the guy's son, and it doesn't go into detail on what exactly transpired between the two. Just that boy was being bullied, and the adult at the school were practically just in my eyes at least, not doing much to help the situation. Like, come on. The dad even asked, hey, do you mind if I move my son to a class so we can, end this problem? And they're like, nah, suck it up. Oh, well. That's kind of messed up on so many levels.
Like the way I see it, if I was in his shoes, it's like my son tells me, hey, I'm being bullied at school. Or if I see signs of my son being bullied, which it's hard to tell a lot of the times, but as a parent, you gotta try your best to look at it. And when you see it, you're like, all right, let me see how my child tries to handle the situation. If he doesn't do anything better within a week or two, then it's like, oh, my son can't do it. I need to step up for him. Yo, calm down, Billy, before Billy gets put down. Not like that, but when you let your kid try to do it on their own, and then when they're not failing and you go and do it, it's not you babying a child. You literally gave them a chance to try to make it right and do it themselves. And when they couldn't, then you stepped up and did it for them.
Yeah.
But yeah,
very true, very true.
You guys want to move on to the next one?
Yeah, I mean, this one seemed pretty straightforward. Just like the dad was in the right, and the little kid needs to stop being a little asshole. Stop torturing little children.
100%. Yes.
Thank you, Tito Rocks. And by the way, y'all should check out Tito Rocks 666 _ for watching his stream. See, this is what happened, right? I played my own play, and we were looking at his stream. So I was playing Call of Duty, and what happened was I was killing people with a 725. And as you know, everyone considered it to still be a broken shotgun when it got nerfed 8 times or 9. It got nerfed so many times, and I'm just like, okay, whatever. So I was killing people, and then I was telling them like, hey, brother, you're so bad at the game, you should just uninstall it and just go watch Tito Rock 666 _. He's live right now. He can give you some pointers. Who motherfuckers getting mad at me like, no one wants to see your fucking Twitch, you fucking loser. You probably got like 1 view and it's probably your mom. And I was like, all right, watch me beat you in this match. And you gotta go watch my stream. Remember, it's Tito.
Remember, it's plug-in effect
like,
right
you
there.
probably should stop that because you're probably pissing them off and you're pissing on people and sending them to his stream. Like, it only took 2 rounds for him to say that, and then I was like, shit, yeah, that is right. I'm probably in pay. I'm gonna stop right then. It was a good thing he stopped because the whole thing is really pissing people off. Miguel, did you want to go next, or? So I have this one, but I'm not entirely sure. I want to look down a little bit.
You go first. I'll look through a couple while you say yours.
I'm gonna go with this one. Am I the asshole for deleting my friend's wedding photo in front of them? I just saw the title. I was like, let's see. I'm not really a photographer. I'm a dog groomer. I take a lot of photos of dogs all day to put on my Facebook and Instagram. It's my thing. If it makes sense, I cut a photo with every appointment. Wait, what? I cut a photo with every appointment. I don't know what that means, y'all.
No.
I don't know if I'm reading this wrong. I cut a photo with every appointment. Okay, I think I know what it means. Every appointment, they give the dogs a cut, and then they do the photos.
Okay.
That makes... Okay. You already know I'm illiterate and stupid, so I very seldom shoot things other than dogs, even if I have a nice setup. A friend got married a few days ago and wanted to save money. Asked if I'd shoot it for them. I wish it wasn't written this way because it sounds like he's going to the wedding to shoot it up.
Yeah, it does sound kind of weird.
That's what keeps throwing me off, and that's what fucks me up when I'm reading it, because it's like, he keeps saying, like, oh, he asked if I'd shoot it for them. And it's like, in my head, I'm reading and picturing at the same time, he's like, oh, yeah, sure thing. He just shows up with a Tommy gun, just like, he said no.
In a video game, yeah.
No, he didn't. I told him it's not really my forte, but he convinced me by saying he didn't care if they were perfect. All right. They were on the shoestring budget and agreed to shoot it for $250, which is nothing for a 10-hour event. Jesus.
Yeah. 10-hour event.
Is, what, $2.50? Just kidding. Nah. How much is that? I'm doing the math later. Let's see. On the day of, I'm driving her around, following the bride as she goes from appointment to appointment before the ceremony, taking photos along the way. I shoot the ceremony myself. Jesus, I picture him shooting it up again. And yeah, I just wish he wouldn't use "I shoot the ceremony."
Well, that's a camera term. You are shooting.
Yeah, I know.
It
is.
does sound like he's shooting up the place.
During the reception, I'm shooting speeches. And then, okay, now I'm picturing like pain up above doing the almighty potion, and he's got 2 Tommy guns. He's like, the village will now know pain. Shooting speeches and people immediately. I started around 11 a.m. and was due to finish around 10:30 p.m. Around 5 p.m., food is being served, and I was told not to stop to eat. What? Because I need to be a photographer. In fact, they didn't save me a spot at any table. I'm getting tired, and at this point, kind of regretting doing this for nothing, next to nothing. It's also unbelievably hot. The venue is at an old veteran legion, and it's like 110 Fahrenheit, and there's no AC. I told the groom I need to take off for 20 minutes to get something to eat and drink. There's no open bar or anything. I can't even get water. 2 water bottles are long empty. He tells me I need to either be photographer or leave without pay. With the heat, being hungry, and being generally annoyed at the circumstances, I asked if he was sure, and he said yes. So I deleted all of the photos I took in front of him and took off saying I'm not a photographer anymore. if he was going to pay to be paid $250, honestly, at this point, I would have paid $250 just for a glass of cold water and somewhere to sit for 5 minutes. Was I an asshole? They went right on their honeymoon and they'll be off on social media, but a lot of people have been posting on their wall asking about photos with 0 responses. No, you are absolutely not an asshole. And in my books, like, I don't know about you guys, but to me, I'm going to say, no, this person's not an asshole. One, they're there and they're expecting you to work 10 hours straight. No breaks, nothing. No one's giving you water. No one's giving you food. You're not allowed to sit to take a 5-minute breather or 20-minute breathing just to chill out, relax, and have everything that you need, and then go back out there. Like, you need some food and you need some water. They just expect you to power through it for 10 hours, I guess. And then they are only paying you $250. And I am just like this person. If you threaten me just because I want to take a 20-minute break and say, if you take a 20-minute break, then you're going to have it to where that $250 might as well just go away because I'm not going to be paying for all the thing work you gave me. I'm just like this person. You gave me this deal right then and there when I'm hungry, starving. Hungry, starving. When I'm starving, thirsty as fuck, and I haven't had a break at all, then fuck you. I don't need the $250 for 10 hours. But by the way, let me do the math at how much that is per hour.
25 an hour. It's 25 an hour.
Oh, it's 25 an hour?
Yeah, 25 an hour.
Oh, okay. So it is a lot of money and everything like that. But one, he's not being given a break. He's not giving him a lunch.
Actually, for a wedding photographer, that is really shit. That is not very good.
I know because my mom, for my foster mom with her wedding, the photographer, they paid him, and he was a family friend who gave us a family friend discount. And what was it? It was like, he only charged us $2,000. Originally, it was going to be $1,000. He was going to literally charge us $1,000, but then my mom and my stepdad were like, "No, we're going to hook you up. We want your business to bloom as well as we're going to pay you what you deserve." And he was like, "All right, cool." So he took $2,000. We gave him breaks. We let the man use his restroom. We would tell him like, "Hey, you can take a break, but the bride and groom, they're going to dance in like 30 minutes, Yeah, we just got to get you ready for that. But right now, you can go ahead and take a 30-minute break, breather, everything else." And he was just like, "I only need 5 minutes." He sat there for 5 minutes, drank, and he powered through his goddamn meal. And then we took some other photos of everybody else, and the bride and groom sat down for another 5 more minutes, and then when their dance came up, they went over. So I'm going to have to say, no, this guy is not an asshole, but his friends are. He should definitely be, kicking them if they're not apologizing or talking about it later on.
Yeah, I mean, especially since I've worked jobs like that before, for my radio, television, film degree and everything. And yeah, that shit is shit pay, and you're doing it as a friend, as a request for your friend. He's all alone, so he's the only one with the photography equipment. He's not really a photographer because apparently he mostly just does dogs and everything. Yeah. And then also they won't even let him use anything they didn't have water for him and anything, right? He couldn't eat there?
No. They didn't sit him spot on the table.
No spot on the table for him.
He had to bring his own water bottles.
Yeah.
He had his own 2 really long bottles, and that wasn't enough.
He has some really shit friends. I mean, seriously. I don't think the friends understand what is really needed for this kind of job. I mean, my God. That's just a really shitty thing to do to your friend.
See what the comment section is saying.
Honestly, for me, I would have just taken them for a ride. All right, I would have just left. I would have not deleted the photos because I know for a fact I kind of have something that they want. So at that point, it's all right, $250 for one photo. So $250 each for each photo. At that point, I would have done that. I was like, "You want your photos? All right, $250 a pop."
Let me ask Mike. My black ass. Okay, let's get into that point in time where I do need to get a flash ring. I'm gonna get one soon next month.
Yeah, I got 2 right now, but yeah. But about the thingy, yeah, I mean that's just. I don't know about that one though, because technically that's like not ransoming the. I guess you are trying to just get paid, right? I don't know what the legal ramifications would be for that, especially since they're just friends, and it would have been a verbal agreement. I'm assuming, not like a contract.
It could have gone. If anything, they could have gone to civil court. But even then, the friend basically said, "You either stay and take my photos, or you leave." So basically, that's ending or terminating the verbal contract right there. You either stay or you leave. All right, the guy left. If they would have gone to civil court, it's like, I haven't been paid. And at this point, I choose to delete the photos.
Oh yeah, they never even paid him, did they? The 250 would have been after, right?
Exactly.
That's bullshit, point, man.
The
weddings are a nightmare.
The person with the camera would have been in the right and been like, he within his right to hold the photos ransom. It's like, you didn't pay me, you told me to leave, you didn't give me anywhere to sit, you didn't give me any food, it was hot as hell, fuck you.
Yes, very much so, very much so. But I get why he deleted them, you know.
Yeah.
Probably didn't want to have all those photos memory on his card and everything. But I think if he wanted to run his friend through the, what do you call it, run him through the mud, that he could have done that, yeah. But be it as is may, deleting the photos is like the least he could have done. So I don't think he's an asshole. I think his friend is an asshole for sure. They need to have a talk.
Yeah, his friend is an asshole. And when John shared that, it actually kind of came to my head that it would be worse if he's just like there and he has the camera. He's just like, so it's either I continue taking photos or I leave, right? So avoiding the contract. He's like depends. Are you gonna take the photos and take the 250, or are you gonna leave? Okay, I guess I'll leave. But it's up to you guys if you want these photos. Delete. There's one. Okay, just so you know that I'm serious. I just deleted one. So 250 for this photo. No? Okay. Delete. This is when you guys just got the kiss. I got this perfect time with the good lighting. Like God, gave me this one right here. Oh, this one's not 250. This is 500. No, you don't got it. Oh, you gotta go to the bank. Oh, okay. Let's hope you hit the bank before I hit this button. Oh shit. This is like when your grandpa's dancing with you, right? You said you only got 2 more months, right? Oh man, this must be a memento photo. 3,000.
Oh my God!
You better
ransom, straight up blackmail.
Just delete it.
I don't know. I think you would be in enemy territory at that point, because then you're setting yourself up to be who knows, hogtied by the family, and it's like, take your camera, and it's like, well, there goes everything. I would have just left. It was like, I'm out. And then would have came, waited for them to come. It's like, oh, you want your photos? Then I would have done what you did. Basically what you're saying right now. But being surrounded by his friend, and then their family? Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, that would have been a bit dicey, but either way, probably, best to get your money that way. And probably drop that friend too, because holy crap. Just holy crap, that's a nightmare. Oh.
What do the comments say? Let's see.
And then one of them was like, yo, so we're at that point in time, photographers are slaves now or something? What's going on? So you can't take a break.
No breaks! Back to work, slave! Whoosh! Just, all kinds of wrong.
This person said, fuck them. My wedding photographer not only got a seat, but a full meal and was paid. Guest at my wedding. He didn't know with everyone else and helped make it a better celebration, and it helped with making it more fun, which only enhanced the photo. Brian don't sound like entitled ass. Yeah, a lot of people actually in the comment sections are saying he is not in the wrong. Some people actually I couldn't show, but they were gonna do something. They said that they would do something way worse.
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I just found the one that Josh did. I don't like the title of this one. I'm gonna stay here, but Miguel, it's up to you.
Oh, okay, for my thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I got one. Let me just adjust this real fast.
But just a second. We got one. Thank God I didn't hit my knee on the goddamn couch. All right.
Alright, the one I saw that I thought looked kind of funny is AITA for barking at a guy that was bothering me and embarrassing my friend? Question mark? Which I'm like, huh? This must be a story. Okay, so I, 24, F, so I think 24 and female, picked up my friend from lunch today and noticed that I needed air in my tires, so... Oh, braking. Wait, does that say braking or barking? It's BARKING. Oh, wait, that's braking. Right?
What is it?
BARKING?
I know which one you're talking about. That was literally the one I was about to do too.
That's barking, right?
Yeah,
barking.
I'm not crazy here?
Am I the asshole for barking? Am I the asshole for
Yeah.
barking at a guy for bothering me?
Yeah, okay, I did read that right. So this is weird. Okay, I, a 24-year-old, picked up my 24-year-old female, picked up my friend for lunch today and noticed that I need air in my tires. So I stopped at the petrol station. She said, and she stayed in the car. As I'm filling my tires, as a man, maybe a little bit older than me, approaches and asks if I need help despite me clearly not struggling. I tell him no, that'll be fine. He insists and keeps and I keep declining. This went back and forth a few times. When I got up to move to another tire, he went to take the hose out of my hands. Uh-oh. Obviously, I am very uncomfortable because a strange man coming towards me isn't a good vibe, and because I have zero shame, I began barking at him quite loudly. What the hell? He said I was a psycho bitch and then walked back to his car. I finished putting the air in my tires, jumped back in the car, and I laughed when my friend called the guy a douchebag when I would have said this if he only offered once, but he then left me alone. She told me that I was embarrassing her, that I embarrassed her, and that she felt mortified to be hanging out with someone that would do that. She said it's fair game for me to do crazy shit when I'm on my own, but that shit doesn't want to be around, or that she doesn't want to be around if I was going to do embarrassing things. Lunch was awkward. Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah. The betrayal from the friend there. Oh my god. Jesus.
I gotta admit
Christ.
something, because when I was, when I saw the article, I wasn't expecting all of that. The only reason why I was gonna do that article at first was because when I was younger, I used to be so annoyed by dogs barking at me for not being on the, nowhere in the facility or nothing like that,
Yeah.
I'm on the other side of the gate, just walking home, not bothering them or nothing, and they're barking at me. I used to get so irritated with it that I would bark back at them.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, yeah, you were there.
I've been there, yeah.
like Josh, like we'll be walking, we'll have a conversation, we'll be like, yeah, this is good, the dog, and I'm like, and then she's like, shut the fuck up, no, like that was literally me.
Oh my god. I don't think I've ever done that, but I know a few friends that have done, just walking, like I said, walking home, dogs start barking, and one of my friends got so mad, like irritatedly mad, and literally started barking and shaking this random stranger's house's fence, trying to scare the dog away. And this was a pit bull, mind you. And it's like, I just started walking away like, all right, I don't know this person. I'm done. You're probably... No.
No. I would stop at shaking someone else's property or anything. I'd stay my distance and bark at them. But if they're like on the face of the fence, then I would be like right there by the fence and be like, "Woof, motherfucker, woof one more time."
Yeah, but would you do that to like a grown ass man that's obviously being like overly quote unquote polite to you? You know, trying to do all the work for you or whatever. Is that appropriate in that situation?
No, never.
No. No. Sorry, I had to go down the wrong pipe, but I barked.
You okay?
Okay. I just got a little cough with me for a little bit. But, yeah, no, I don't think I would ever do that at all for someone who's helping me out. So I kind of weirded out when they ended up that way.
Honestly, people, or in this case, men like that, you know, just they don't know their boundaries, I guess. Who knows? Honestly, there are people out there like that, and they should learn or at least know when someone tells you, "No, I got it." Okay, walk away. Mind your own business. Leave. Go away.
Yeah. That is actually pretty good, too, and understandable. Like, not all the time people want to get help or something like that. Sometimes someone wants to do it on their own.
Shoot.
Yeah, I mean, and she doesn't know this guy, right? So for all we know, he's trying to like cop a feel or something. You know, we don't know.
You never know. You just never know.
Yeah, best to just just don't bother other people. Just let them do their thing. If they say, "No, I'm good," be like, "All right, fine, that's fine." And then go do your own shit.
Today.
Don't keep pushing it to the point where the lady's got to bark at you so that you leave her the fuck alone. just go, ooh!
You seem to have dropped an orange. Oh, okay, let me go get it. Hey, no. I got that for you, man. Oh, no, I can do that for you. No, there's no need to help me, son. No, man, I insist. Oh, move these days.
Oh my god, that'd be the funniest shit I'd ever seen.
But, what does it say in the comment sections? Are they positive or like negative?
Let me check.
They are saying, not the asshole. You stood up to the harasser. Your friend should feel lucky that they have a friend like you. That's one. They're siding with this person. This person is not the asshole.
I'll move on. Whose name is Josh? Josh?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. All right. Oh. Okay. This one's gonna be awkward.
Which one's this one?
The title says, "Am I the asshole for not letting my brother's girlfriend move in with me?"
Oh.
Yeah, I saw that as I was scrolling down.
Oh,
This one is from boredom_7795.
Over exaggeration with the name, but I like it. Let's do it.
I'm the middle child of 3 siblings. There's my sister, a 19-year-old female who is blind. Me, a 22-year-old male, and my brother, a 25-year-old male. My brother got arrested when he was 18 and tried to pin the blame on me. It was a huge mess, and I decided to just drop all contact with him. My sister and I are really close, and she's very self-sufficient. My parents still treat her like a child. I told her that I would get a townhouse or a condo, and she could live with me when she wants. My brother is due to get released later this year, and I just started a great full-time career. I just moved into a townhouse this past weekend. There is 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. My sister isn't ready to move in yet, as she wants to finish up school. My brother has a girlfriend that he's been seeing before he got arrested. They have a kid together as well. The girlfriend's kid. Oh, I'm sorry. The girlfriend and kid do not spend any time with the family. The only time the girlfriend reaches out is for money. She reached out to me about having any space available as their rent just increased and she was having trouble paying it on time. I told her that I did have a room open, but was saving it for my sister. She went berserk and claimed she had the right to the bedroom just as much as the sister
Oh my
did.
gosh.
I told her that she did it since I already gave my sister permission to move in. She called me an asshole and threw a few more insults at me. My parents reached out and told me to think about letting his girlfriend and kid move in. They also think having my sister live with me isn't a good idea as she needs a ton of help. I told them that I wasn't changing my mind and sister can decide for herself where she wants to go. Am I the asshole? Or for not letting my brother's girlfriend move in with me?
Well, yeah, see, that's the thing. No, I don't think he's the asshole in this situation.
I'm gonna have to say no as well.
Yeah,
I would
because,
have
like,
done it the exact same way.
yeah, well, I don't know if I'd do it the same, but I do agree with his decision. It's his house, so at the end of the day, it's his rules.
Exactly.
Yeah,
He's paying rent, so power to the guy.
Oh yeah, that's
I
the
mean,
thing too. She was supposed to be like rent free, right? They weren't gonna pay rent, or were they? I don't know if they said.
But no, they were saying like they had difficulties paying their own rent because the rate kept increasing. But it's like rent shouldn't be increasing like constantly unless you're doing something to make it to where they have to increase your rent. Like, oh, they're trying to get you guys out or something. But which I don't think they can, right?
No, they can. They can just increase it just because they want to. They've been doing that to me in my house.
But
They're
they don't
increasing
do
it this
it like
year.
every month. It's every like 6 months or a year kind of thing, right?
It's more like a yearly. Like every year it goes up $50, if not a bit more. Although admittedly it is getting really high. But that's a rental thing. I think in this situation it's more like they think that just because he's family that he should automatically do this kind of thing, and I disagree with that. I think like you gotta do stuff within your means, regardless of whether it's family. And it's obvious he doesn't have a very close connection with this woman.
Yeah, the only thing he sees is that she sees him as another piggy bank that she can crack open just because she's carrying, or she gave birth to his nephew. But you never, you're not bringing them up to the family or anything else like that, and at family gatherings. But you want to be treated as if you're a part of the family. Well, step up and be in the family, and maybe you would have had it. And then it's already stupid that they're calling him an asshole because he has a room that's available, but he already said that he's giving that to his sister. It's not her fault or his fault that they made that deal before you two did, before you decided you wanted to try to reach out to him to make a deal or some sort of shit like that. No, it's your fault. You should get your money up, tell your baby daddy to get his money up and stop going to jail. I mean, come on, it's not that hard not to break the law for stuff that you can get in trouble for. I have to say that because, I'm jaywalking. Jaywalking is, it's technically against the law, but it's a law no one cares about, But it's not that hard not to do, all the other stuff. He can go get a warehouse job and everything else like that. It's the suckiest job. Everyone hates it, but you're not doing it for you. You're doing it for your kid. She can be doing the same thing for the kid, and then you guys won't have to be going around to everybody else. Because the way I see this situation is the same way I see like how it works for my other foster brother. Right? Dude, got put in placement, put in jail. He got a kid, got another kid. Kept coming to the house expecting everyone to feel sympathy for him when all he does is steal from everybody, and every job he gets, he quits or gets fired in a week or less. I think the longest I've ever seen him have a job was a month. And I'm not even kidding. Like a month was the longest he had the job. And why? Because he's always smoking weed, chilling with his homies, and just messing with other girls. He better do all of that rather than to actually get a job, maintain everything, and then take care of his kids and his 2 baby moms. But it got so bad to the point to where he pretty much drove them crazy, and he's still expecting handouts. Like, that's how I've seen this story equivalent to, like, how it's with him. Like, you're expecting us to give you a handout just because you gave birth to this child, and you haven't brought this child around us. You haven't been brought around us. You're not even coming at us as family. You're coming at us as someone we owe. It makes it seem like as if this family was an NBA team, right? And one of the teammates knocked up one of the Instagram models, and the Instagram model's like, yo, you gonna have to pay me now. And he kind of fucked up his whole career, was just like, fuck, bro. I fucked up, she gonna be taking my money, so fuck it. And he just ended his career, so now he's a broke NBA player now. He don't got no money. So now she's gonna like, all right, since you're a part of that team, I guess the whole team can help me out. Hey, team, like, he got me knocked up. You guys gonna help me out? You guys have said you guys are like family, so come on, hook it up for me. Let me have a little bit of money and a place to stay. Like hook it up. You guys are the Lakers. Step the money up for me. And by the way, I hate people who are like that. Like, just because you give birth to the child don't mean that you're automatically a part of the family. Because you could be like the biggest piece of shit in my entire life, and you got knocked up by someone in my family. It's like, all right, cool. I don't mind the baby or the child. I just don't want to be a part of her or him. I don't want them a part of my life. They can be at the family barbecue, but I'm not going to go over and talk to them. I'm not going to engage with them. The child, yes. You, yes. But no. But say that she isn't a bad person and she is just, she tried getting close to the family. She just didn't feel she felt out of place or something like that. All right, it's understandable, but how do you feel out of place just being connected to them regularly, but you're not at a place asking them for money?
Yeah, basically it's that, like, family obligation that the girl seems to be leaning on, which I don't think is good. Especially when you're both, like, about 24, right? That's old enough. You don't have to be leaning on that card so hard. Just, yeah. And it's pretty scummy to just sort of lean on that the whole time, and it's just, bad news bears all around. I don't know the situation with these people. I don't know if the lady was, like, a good person or not. Maybe she just got a bum rap. I don't know. I don't know. But if he doesn't feel obligated to do it, then I don't think the family should pressure him to do it. If anything, the ones that want to, like, help, like the parents, if they want to help, they can help. But, like, don't expect the brother to just automatically do it just because, oh, well, she's family, technically, Yeah.
Like, the way I was thinking is like, oh, I got knocked out by your brother, but he's in jail. So since he's in jail, he can't be the father of my child. So I guess since you're the next brother, I guess you're going to have to take all the responsibilities.
Entitlement of this one that's like grabbing a nerve of mine. It's like, I have just as much right to that bedroom as your blind sister who's going to school and probably paying for herself.
Oh yeah, the sister's blind. I keep forgetting that. Oh my god.
A blind sister who needs someone to be there for her to help her with everything like that, and she's going to school. So you got someone younger who needs all this handicap help and everything like that, and you're going to say that you deserve to live with her. The only thing you need more than her are glasses to see the bullshit you are giving everybody right
now. Okay, some of the comments. Let's see. Yeah, they're basically saying he's in the right. He's not the asshole.
Yeah.
He is not the asshole. These are easy ones, honestly.
Yeah, where are the tough ones? I want to see some tough boys.
Yeah, like real, like hardcore shit. Like we can do some decent. Because I was gonna do this one, basically because of personal experience of mine. That's why I was gonna do it. But it was like, am I the asshole for not putting effort into my husband's birthday gift? And the reason I was gonna do that is because in every relationship, no woman has ever bought me a gift, and then the ones that have put no effort into it. Like, I literally had a girl, for my birthday, she bought me a gift that she got from the Dollar Tree.
Wait, where is this one? It's a gift?
Yeah, it's am I the asshole for not putting enough effort into my husband's birthday gift?
Am I an asshole for not putting... Is it farther down or farther up?
Farther down.
Oh, I see it. I see it.
See, that's what I was going to do based off of my own personal, intake off of it. But we can try to see if we can dig around and find something, like, real juicy.
We need to find
one that's more conflicted.
That is, we need something more conflicting.
Let's just scroll down, and whatever catches our interest, we'll just go off that. Like, we'll say the title of it and see if, we found something juicy.
Making my kids buy their own junk food.
I found one, I think. I think I found one.
Which one?
Okay, let's hear the title.
Alright, the title says... Uh-oh, did I lose it?
No, that's easy.
Am I the asshole for telling my friend I don't want to be responsible for my brother?
Oh, for telling my mom that I don't want to be responsible for my brother?
Telling my parents.
Oh, the one I see says mom.
I see parents.
What about this one? Am I the asshole for refusing to pay my sister for my father's funeral?
Oh. See, that one sounds like something.
God.
Whew.
Yeah. Let's start with that one.
Yeah, this is just above the one Josh just went out. Am I the asshole for telling my mom that my brother isn't my responsibility? Which, no, it doesn't matter what the circumstances is. I mean, unless your little brother is, literally, younger than, I want to say, 14 or 13, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's not your responsibility to be taking care of him 24/7, you know? That's mom's job until, unless you're like...
There's the one I'm looking at is two points down, but it's practically the same thing.
Oh. My asshole for kicking my sister, her boyfriend, and her kids out of my house. Oh, I read this one. This one I did on my, a while ago, though. Wait, or is it different?
No, down. Keep going down. Not up.
No, I passed it. Yeah, here it is. I'm an asshole for kicking my sister, her boyfriend, and her kids out of my house.
Oh, yeah, for telling my parents I don't want to be responsible for my brother.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so this one, I've seen a similar story to this one right here, which is for kicking my sister, her boyfriend, and her kids out of that house. The one on top of it, which is the one that Josh was reading off, I haven't done that one. And then there is the refusing to pay my father's funeral.
What do you want to do?
Pay father's funeral.
Yeah, I kind of want to do.
Yeah, this has got to be a story. There's got to be something juicy here.
Yeah, these three right here are actually pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and.
I saw one that I want to do on mine, but go ahead, you first.
So this is off of Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan, yes. Everybody's grandpappy.
Yes. Right, so my father passed away this weekend, and the time to me to drive. Is that right, or is that like a
and
weird
then
way of
and the
telling?
time it to me? Yeah, they misspelled it. To me to drive his house after receiving the news.
Was apparently enough time for my younger sister to commandeer control of the entire situation. She has the fanciest funeral home in the area come to pick up his body. Despite the fact that Dad never would have wanted to be handled though, we are working class family. He explicitly told me at one point in time, that he wanted to be handled by the same home that handled my grandparents. When I spoke to my sister, she said that the only reason she chose that home was because I was unavailable and someone needed to make a decision quickly. Okay, fair point. I took a deep breath and just said, we can discuss this in the morning. I called the funeral home and set up an appointment to discuss my father's arrangement. I then texted my sister the information and invited her to come with me to make a decision together. It is also important to note that my sister has been in and out of jail since she was a teenager. Jesus.
Okay.
I want her to be involved because I feel it would help her with her grief. but by no means should she be the responsible party. When I arrived to the funeral home, I am told that my sister had already met with the director and that all arrangements have been met. Okay, all they were waiting for was my signature as next of kin. My sister had signed a contract for some excessive stuff. The kicker was she had paid for the funeral in full, which shocked the heck out of me because my sister is an ex-con addict who has never been able to hold down a job. This is sounding more and more like my foster brother. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Just switching from like I'm not even kidding. Switching from sisters to brother, and I'm pretty sure this is how it went down. So I finally get a hold of my sister. We meet up and talk about how she paid such a large sum at once. She maxed out all of her credit cards and borrowed the rest from a few people that were considered shady. She immediately asked when I was going to pay my half. I tell her I had made plans to include her in the decision making, but she opted to do her own thing. Many of the service she agreed to were for her own closure and not to honor her father's wishes. I had also spoken with the other funeral home, which gave us an estimate of an arrangement per my dad's request and told her that she would have paid a third of the cost elsewhere. I tell her that I would pay that cost, but the remaining balance was on her, since this was all about her ego and ambition to control. She puts up one of the biggest fits of rage I'd ever seen in my life and demanded I pay her cash for what I owed. I told her that there is no way in hell that I'm going to give a junkie such a large sum of cash, but I would be happy to make a payment directly to a funeral home and she could receive a refund from them. Otherwise, I'd be happy to see her in court. Am I the asshole for refusing to pay her?
No.
No. I love that we just had a simple answer of no. Because,
No.
like, literally, all right, you had it to her in the beginning. You guys got to that funeral because she wasn't there. Someone needed to make a decision, and you were the one person who stood up and said, all right, we're just going to go over to this funeral home and take it out. Oh, cool, fine. That was perfectly fine. And she even said that's a fair point. She wasn't there, everything. Then she went ahead and she scheduled an appointment with the funeral home. She told you about it and said, all right, we're going to get together. We're going to go through everything, and we'll discuss it, and we'll work it out and arrange everything. But instead, you go ahead and you arrange everything yourself, set it up to be the most expensive funeral home by yourself, signed up everything by yourself, and then expect your sister to help you pay for it when, in fact, she wanted it to where it was going to be both of your decisions, and then it was going to be both of you paying. At least that's how I would see it. Either both of you artists were going to be paying, or she was going to end up paying it. She was probably not going to expect the sister to do it. But I'm assuming like she was doing everything in her power to make sure that it was going to be between the both of them. So that we're going to help out their father. But instead, you selfishly went ahead and did it yourself and expect her to pay. Like no,
Yeah.
like, and then the fact that she says that, okay, I went to other funeral homes and they said that it is 1/3 of what they would have took care of, and she said, all right, I'll pay the 1/3 and you pay the rest because you went ahead and did everything on your own. And this is how much it would have cost if we had did it my way or if we had discussed everything first. So I don't think she's an asshole at all. What are you guys saying?
No, absolutely not. For one thing, if anything, I think how families work. If of course, when it comes to like a multitude or a large family, like saying a family of let's say 3 siblings, all right. Um, just if I were in that position and I couldn't get a hold of any of my other siblings, the only thing I would agree to was getting my parents, either my father or my mother's body on ice, basically. That's the only point where I would see like me as a person would make if I'm the only one available to make that decision. You know what? I need to make sure that my mother or father's body is preserved so that later on, once I get a hold of my siblings, we can make a decision on how to move forward. You know what I mean? But this person, Jesus, no. Especially when the father went and specified what he wanted to go through or the process he wanted to go through with one of the other daughters. Like, hey, when I die, I want to be, I want to have my ceremony and, my body being prepared at where your grandparents were prepared, funeral home that your grandparents were prepared at. I want that one to prepare me. You get what I'm saying?
Here's a bit of an update because this person did comment down below, explaining some more other stuff. But apparently, her sister's drug problem was so bad. She commented this: "I was actually not chatting for the past 10 years because of her problem and unwilling to own up and change. We became very limited contact at Easter of this year when my father ambushed me with a surprise visit from her. He wanted us to reconnect." In which, a little after the reconnection, then that's when everything died down. They are getting a lawyer. So apparently it went to court.
Oh, it did end up going to court?
Yeah, they're going to go to court for it.
My
And
goodness.
She's going to look like, as someone who is taking, right, I don't know the whole ins and outs of the law. I can't win nobody a case. I can't lose nobody. Well, actually, I know a perfect way to make someone lose a goddamn case. But I can't guarantee, the victory of a case or something like that, or prediction of it. But from what I can tell, based off what little I've learned, she's going to win. Because the whole thing that they're going to look at it in the courthouse is that, okay, so you guys both will talk about go make the arrangements, right? Yeah. But then you branched off and made your own arrangement, right? Yeah. So now it's your responsibility. It's no longer both of yours. It's yours. So they're going to look at it like that and say she doesn't even have to pay the 1/3. In fact, they might even make it to where if she wants to, she can make it to where if she already paid the 1/3 of the price, she can make her sister refund her that 1/3. They just got to work it out through court and everything like that. But if they go to court, like, she's going to win. Like, it's clear to me that she's going to win.
Yeah.
But what do I do take, Miguel? I think I heard your bunch.
Yeah, I hadn't said anything yet, but I don't know, because she didn't involve her sister in the process, I think is the biggest issue. And then, like, she just took the charge the whole time and just sort of made all the arrangements on her own. I don't know, I do agree with this person that she's not being an asshole by denying by refusing to pay for it, because it's not what she was originally going to do. Although I do believe that they should have came to some kind of compromise, Like, if it was me in that situation, I wouldn't have been so aggressive about it. But I get her. I get her point of view. She didn't want to pay for something that her dad didn't want,
Yeah.
Especially with something as dramatic as your father passing away. But like, at the same time, I don't know why she keeps bringing up that she's a drug addict. Like, what does that have to do with this? This is not relevant to what's happening.
Because she's asking her to pay her back in cash. And she's saying that she doesn't trust paying back everything for the funeral home in cash to her sister when she knows her sister is a junkie. Like, she knows her sister's a junkie, so she's worried that giving her cash or paying her back, she's just going to use it for drugs. And then not only that, but she borrowed money from, some shady people, and she maxed out credit cards for this.
Yeah, so, like, she maxed out credit cards, she talked to shady people to pay for the funeral, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then... Yeah, well, I mean, but I still don't get how that's relevant towards, like, her decision to go with the fancy place. I mean, I still agree with that she doesn't need to pay any of that money, because it was the girl that decided to do it. And so I do agree with her in that. I just don't see how her being a drug addict and being irresponsible, like, how does that relate to this? This is just paying the final payments for somebody's funeral.
Yeah, it's because they're not paying...
Yeah, I'm sorry. No, the sister started yelling at the sibling saying, "You'll pay me your half now."
Oh, the one
You get what
that.
I'm saying?
So
Yeah.
the drug addict chick. Yeah, no, again, I agree that she's in the wrong. I just, like, it feels like that's just didn't need to be. It feels like she's just thrashing on her because she doesn't like her. And again, she's in the wrong. She's obviously not done this the
I think
correct way.
to explain it is that this is how they'll get you, Miguel. Because this is what my brother did when he was a junk too. So he'll make it to where he's like, "Oh, fine, I'll pay for everything that you need right now," and he'll go get a credit card. Do you know why? Because when you get a credit card, you don't have to put money into it. They're giving you money to go spend, and you pay them back. That's how everybody knows it, right? Like, you all know that's how credit card works.
Yeah,
so what my brother would do was that he would go get a bunch of credit cards, max them all out, tell him, like, "I need you guys to pay me back." But then he would have to pay him back cash, and he wouldn't use that money to pay off his credit cards. He would use that money to get more drugs.
Oh, so the girl is really adamant about paying her half cash.
Yes, that's why. Because when you use the credit cards and you borrow money from shitty people, like, she's just gonna take that money.
Yeah.
She's not giving her half to the funeral home because she already paid everything. So she's just telling
Yeah.
her, "Hey, now you can give me the money directly cash because I used a bunch of credit cards and I borrowed some money." So
Okay.
you gotta, that's why they bring up the whole drug thing because
she's okay. Yeah, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, because she's not asking, "Hey, pay my credit card." She's saying, "Hey, give me cash."
yes.
Yeah, okay, I could see it that way. That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right.
And that is where they were like, "Oh, okay, tell you what, get the refund for your half, and then I'll just pay them the other half right now. Or if you need it immediately because your credit card payment's due soon, then fine, we'll just go with you and we'll pay for it right then and there, and then it shouldn't be a problem."
But she's like, "No, give me fucking cash so I can
she
pay it
wants
on
it
my
now.
own." Yeah. All right, I get the suspicion there. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Damn, I wanted to have hope in this woman, but nope.
These stickers coming in. These are my waifus for everyone in the stream.
Oh,
This was
waifus.
my favorite right here.
Oh my God.
Changing the topic to waifus.
I got one from Yancy. Low-key Geek hit me up. Well, there was stuff that dropped last weekend. I wasn't feeling it.
Okay, we.
This one's next in my asshole for telling my mom my brother is learning specifically. Who got that one?
No.
Josh wanted to talk it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna change mine. You go ahead.
Oh, he found a new one. Which one
Oh.
was it again?
I was gonna do. Let me see if I can find it again. This one seemed kind of funny, and then am I an asshole for telling my mum she's homophobic? I don't know, that one seems like it could be pretty funny. Let's check this out.
I don't want to hear it. It does sound like it probably would be a little funny. So.
Homophobic. Let's see. I have 16 female, have generally always been attracted to boys. I've never found a girl attractive in a way that I wanted to be in a relationship with her until I met my friend at college, Lucy. We're going to talk. We got talking and realized that I may have some feelings for her, but spent a few months thinking about my sexuality and came to terms with the fact that I'm bisexual. I told Lucy that I feel, and she's in the same with a couple for around for a couple months now, and on the same day we became a couple. I told my friends, and they supported me no matter what. However, the problem was telling my mom, Jennifer, 48. My mom has gay friends and friends who are part of the LGBT community, has always expressed how she didn't want a P **F in the family. Apologies for the word. And has always expressed how angry she'd be if any of my brothers came out. Ooh, okay. I talked about it with Lucy, and she agreed to come over to the family, excluding my dad, who's divorced from my mom. He bailed, and then introduced her to my family as my girlfriend when I'm there. Dinner goes fine, and then I decide to tell my mom that I'm bisexual and that Lucy is my girlfriend, and her face instantly drops and my two brothers were in looked of shocked. Mom was absolutely nuts and said that she didn't want a queer in the family, but then stupid me got angry and told her that she was homophobic, not accepting me, but then had the audacity to say that I'm not homophobic, I have gay friends, but then I reminded her that she doesn't want a gay in the family is still homophobic to the thing I'm saying as it has gay friends. It led to a huge blowout, and I left to stay with Lucy's parents, who were knowing of our relationship, absolutely adored me. Do the rest of the family as I can't say with my dad due to my relationship with my stepmom. Story for another time. I told my dad everything while he's still a tad shocked, purely because he's from a different era, but he's not too worried about it, and she told me that she loved me, or that he still loved me, but my oldest brother, 29, said that I should be able to love however, calling out our mom homophobic was an asshole thing to do, and now I feel completely guilty. Oh, so the brother was saying, like, it was the right thing to do, but it's an asshole thing to call your mom homophobic at the dinner table. Okay?
See, I'm looking at this entire article, and I flipped gay with black guy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. What really threw me off even more was when you read this part. The dad is from a different era, and I was like, yeah. I don't know if this person really is really like, I've been interested in a lot of white people, but I've been really attracted to black people lately. Like, that's how I see this that what's really going on is that this person's dating a black girl and the family does not approve.
It could be. Ooh, spicy. Oh my gosh.
What really made me, like, I don't know, when they said, I'm not a homophobic because I have gay friends.
Yeah.
That's not what people say when they say, "Are you a racist?" No,
I'm not a racist. I have blank friends.
My stepdad was black. I needed a black guy.
That means I can't be racist.
Like, I'm looking at the article and it was literally a flip story of race, but it's LGBTQ.
Yeah.
But it is the thing that a lot of people go through. Like, you go through it from race, sexual orientation, and religious belief as well.
That's
I'm
true.
gonna say no. That dude's not an asshole. I don't know how you can be an asshole calling someone homophobic when they're displaying homophobic behavior.
Yeah, I mean, she is being homophobic. The brother even agrees.
Yes.
But like, how does that change if you're calling it out at a dining table? Like, it sounds like somebody should have talked to the mom before, you know? Be like, Mom, I think you're being kind of homophobic when you say you don't want any of us to be gay. I mean, it's like, if we're gay, we're gay. Just love us for us, right?
I literally replaced everything you said with, like,
yeah.
Mom, it should be okay. It was my Oculus. It scared me for a second. I was like, what the fuck that? But it was my Oculus. Mom, it's okay for me to date a black girl because right now you're kind of being a mess.
Exactly. And it's not the exact same thing, but it's both are being prejudiced, are being what's the word?
Like,
prejudice? I think it's still prejudice.
48 and her name was Jennifer. I was like, oh yeah, this person is extremely white, so they're probably like, you know, somewhat of a Christian.
Hey, my mom is also named Jennifer and is about that same age. She's not racist. Come on.
I'm assuming that she's white though.
She is white. She's half white.
Yeah,
we're half white, half Asian.
Has common sense.
That's mean.
Like, what was it? Okay, so we were hanging out. It was, and you know, his wife Jennifer, and out of nowhere, we're in a drive-through for, and she turns me. She's like, DeAndre, like, how do you just come up with a roast? Like, do you think of it like all the time? Like, do you think about how to roast them? And I'm like, what? My husband turns to him, you will be in the style. He's like, well, my wife is fucking stupid for a white woman.
Yeah.
She looks at him and she's like, that's kind of racist. He's like, no, what's kind of racist is that you assume that, like, black people just sit there thinking of roasts. She's like, I'm not assuming all black people, but it does seem like a lot of black people just think of, like, roasting people 24/7. And I don't really know what it is. Because when I think of roasting people, I have to plan it a day in advance. I'm like, who the fuck plans a roast a day in advance? And then I thought the argument of like, I was listening on something that they brought up on a topic I don't know too much about, and I roasted with something basic. And then I said, like, no, I didn't know, like, we were going to have this conversation, so how I planned for it. She's like, I don't know, it just seems like you guys have a plan for every roast, like every shit talk. It's like black people is ready for it because they already have every route planned out to roast everyone. I'm like, what? It's like a lot of these come to my head. I do have sometimes where I'll plan a roast, but it's like it'll be like one. It'll be one. But for that, the brother was saying like, oh, you know, it's okay that you're gay, but you shouldn't have called mom out and called her homophobe. Like, don't do that. Like, no.
Yeah, call mom out.
Yeah, call mom out. If you're gonna display behavior, don't be mad when someone says that you're matching the description of the shoes you're literally wearing. Like, oh, okay. I'm trying to think of another situation, but it's pretty obvious. It's right there. She's kind of being a little homophobic.
Yeah.
100%.
Now, yes, she does have some LGBTQ friends, but
that don't mean shit.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean shit.
You could literally be faking it. Even worse, this is probably her coworkers. Like, I have gay friends, and then she goes to her, she's like, Janice. Janice is like, not all lesbians do that. Okay, Jennifer, hi. She's like, don't look at my ass, Janice. Don't look at my ass. Eyes up here. Nope. I got you. But that's probably how it is, and that she considers her a friend, and Janice is just like, I think I hate that bitch.
I hate her. She's trash.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
It's
very possible.
Like, hey, I'm not gonna worry about it.
Another story.
Let me see. I'm not asking to tell my parents I don't want to be responsible for my brother.
No, my turn.
Oh, yeah. My house was using my laptop back after I kicked them. Oh,
All right. Here we go. This is from Fly Throwaway 95. Would I be the asshole for setting limits on my roommate's kid's food time?
Where is that? Is that the bottom?
What?
Huh?
Is that the bottom?
No, that's the title. I gotta hear this. This is...
Yeah. I'm trying to find it right now.
It's going to be on the next page, if you guys are trying to find it.
Oh, you gotta get on the next page? Okay.
Yeah, next page. Alright. Would I be the asshole for setting limits on my roommate's kid's food time? I'm going to pervase this by saying I've struggled with eating disorder my whole life. I haven't been able to get as much help as I should have, so I may have a warped understanding here. I moved in a mutual with, or what? I've moved in mutually, with a roommate who has 3 children, aged 2, 4, and 5. The way she feeds the kids is open, or as she puts it, letting them graze. She'll fix full meals.
Wait, letting them graze like a herd of cows in a
Letting them
field?
graze. Letting them graze.
Yeah, somebody who relatives. These motherfuckers had 6 meals a day. I'm not even kidding. They would eat breakfast at home, eat breakfast at school, eat lunch at school, come home and eat lunch for a snack. Then dinner would come over. Then they would wait until my mom or was asleep. Then they would add another meal or snack. And it's like 6 or 7.
Oh my god, Jesus.
And all 5 of them did it.
Them kids be snacking. They're snacking hard.
Yeah,
you can go ahead, sorry.
Right? Yeah.
She'll fix full meals, set them on the table, and the kids will come by and grab a forkful, 1 to 2 a time. The food will be out until the next meal is prepared, even overnight. My issue with this are twofold. I really don't think it's healthy for kids to eat food that's been sitting out for hours and hours. I'm not an expert on food safety, but chicken can't be good at any room temperature for that long. Secondly, there are so many flies. It drives me insane, the number of flies in the house. It's gross. Early on, I had a thought food was left out mistakenly and threw it out as they had left for the day. The kids had a temper tantrum, and my roommate said she feared I would pass, and my roommate said she feared I would pass my warped sense of food to the kids. That's the last thing I want. But I can't live with the flies. I thought about putting an ultimatum. Either serve the kids smaller portions so that there's not full meals sitting unattended, which to me sounds like it would be healthier, leaving the rest of the meal refrigerated, or cover them on the table to get rid of the flies. But I'm also aware I'm rather messed up with food understanding. So I want to make sure I'm not being jerky. That's it.
How the hell is this woman raising her kids? Like, seriously, what? Just leaving food out on a table all day? What is that? What is that? Is that a way to feed your children? Is that how you guys eat or something? Who does that?
I would call child service. Well, it's like I'm talking to her like, hey, the food just sitting out here. Like, that chicken is now medium rare, and you're gonna try to feed it to the kids. Like, at this point, see, like, maybe there's some trouble with some food or some shit like that. Because like the way you do it, like there's YouTube videos, you just take it in portions and not. You don't have to cook the whole 16-pound steak. If you cut it in portions and then cook it and save it a bit, because what you're doing is gonna kill your fucking kids.
And, I don't want to say I'm split, but I'm gonna say this. I have been raised in a home where food was scarce when I was a lot younger. So I was raised to eat everything on my plate and to be thankful for it, because who knows if the next time we get our meal, if we'll have one at all.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I 100% get where she's coming from. Yes, it's unhealthy to leave food unattended, but as long as it's being eaten here, is it really bad?
Well, but by the sound of it, it's like it's not all being eaten, right? Because the flies are getting to it. Like, why are there so many flies? It's because they're eating the food and laying eggs in the food.
Yeah, my only problem is that the food isn't being preserved or safely stored or anything. It's just sitting out there, and then the kids are just like, all right, time to come eat, and they're eating a meal that's just literally been there since like December 25th, 1982.
Yeah, like, it would be different if the mom went in after the kids were done eating, they left to school, and then grabbed all their food, put it in a Tupperware, and then put it in the fridge. Like, that would be appropriate. Yeah, I could see that.
The fact that she's just putting it in a container and everything like that, keeping it to where the fresh sources is staying within there and it's only getting its own air. Nothing's going to come in and fuck with the food or anything like that, and that's perfectly fine. I don't care if you leave it out in the room temperature or stuff like that. Not only that, but I'm pretty sure the food is not only attracting bugs, but building up a smell in the house. And you're having to throw away and waste food. So you're building a smell, you're throwing away wasting food, and you're feeding your kids some very unhealthy food because at some point in time, they're probably reaching expiration if they're not finishing it in time. Or they're probably being forced to finish it when it's at its expiration. And nobody knows.
Yeah, well, go ahead, Josh.
Let's not get into, like, the semantics on whether or not it's old or, like, how old the food is. Because it wasn't spoken about it, all right? So let's not bring that into it. I don't know. Yeah, I would also have a problem if there were flies, because it's the same thing. Like, whenever food is prepared, we're supposed to eat it immediately. But I don't know about other families, you know? I know there are privileged families out there that live in homes that might not be infested with flies or have an actual bug problem, so would it be okay?
Well, no, because food can also, develop itself into an insect. Like, that's how, like, flies end up forming from, like, apples and stuff like that, even though, you just set it in one spot or a corner, or even in just, like, a container, too. But, I guess what the main problem is just that, there's nothing being done to make sure, that these kids aren't going to get, like, food poisoning or anything like that, Which, that's why I said, like, I'm perfectly fine if you, like, put it in a Ziploc bag, wrap it up in paper towel, tinfoil, like, at least just wrap it up.
I would be okay with us, putting a napkin over it,
Yeah,
even that. That's something.
But, like, absolutely nothing. You just round up the food on the table until they get home. It's...
Yeah.
And I have to say, like, as a guy, like, in my situation, the only way we were getting food is if our EBT was still going on. The moment EBT was off, we were...
Yeah, I remember those days.
Whatever we had to for an entire month. And that shit sucks. Because nobody likes having to take bread, put butter on it, cinnamon, sugar, and say, here's my French toast. At the time when you're struggling, it's a blessing, but then when you finally get out of that struggle, you're just like, that was the struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And if you have kids, you kind of teach that to your kids as well, which is not a bad habit. It's actually just common sense.
Like, I still eat ramen. I'm going to tell my kids, like, hey, here's some ramen. In college, I used to whip it up in there, like, bacon and cheese on this motherfucker, like...
There are kids around the world that would want to eat that noodle.
Yeah. But matter of fact, come on, we going to a third world country. Watch this real quick. Hold on. I'm not taking the hollow of the baseline, like, dick for some crap. He's like, this is what our problem is. No, come on. We're getting a plane, we're going over, we fly over to the worst place ever, and we're like, just suck your dick for just one slice of bread.
Oh my God!
This is the struggle. By the way, come on, we're gonna go hit the man and sisters. We don't have one here. What do y'all have that's equivalent to one? I know, like last night I couldn't sleep and I went to Walgreens and I went out and they were like, "Hey, do you have some change?" And I was like, "Nah, because I don't like carrying cash."
Yeah.
I got robbed one time, and then they were like, "I'm sorry, I don't carry cash. I only carry." I'll tell you what do you want? I'm gonna buy it for you right now. And he sat there struggling because, he wanted cash. But he was like,
yeah.
Can I get a Coke? I was like, all right, I got you. He's like, can I get, there was like another guy who was sitting, laying down on the floor. I didn't even notice him. He was like, can I get something? I was like, yeah, what do you want? He was like, I want a Pepsi. I was like, I got you a Pepsi. Coke, Pepsi, y'all want anything else? And in my head, I was like, these motherfuckers could ask me for a cigarette. and I would give it to them because, it's going to warm them up out here. And they're like, no, just a soda. I'm like, damn, y'all not gonna want wine. I'm thirsty as fuck. Okay, then. The other guy was like, could you give me a 2-liter Coke? I was like, sure thing. The other two were like, wait, you can get a 2-liter Coke? I was like, hey, whatever you want. He was like, can I get a 2-liter Pepsi? I was like, 2-liter Pepsi, 2-liter Coke. Who's the other guy? I was like, can I get 2 Cokes? I was like, you want a 2-liter Coke or you want 2 Coke regular bottles? He's like, 2 regular Coke bottles. I was like, yeah. I walked over, I was like, why did he not tip for that? But alright.
Yeah, that reminds...
Make it 2 Cokes.
I would have gone as far as maybe like getting them what they wanted, but also giving them water because it's hot today.
Yeah, but in my head, I'm like, they're not asking for water. I'm like, I was gonna originally just like buy just a jug, but then it seemed like none of them were like, close to each other, and none of them were even helping each other for survival. So it was like each individually. So I was like, yeah, fine. I'll just give you guys soda. If you guys were all in a group and y'all were just chilling, because I don't want to overly spend too much money, I would have been like, here's a gallon of water, here's some cups. Y'all do y'all thing together, all right? Because I did it for. This is back before they changed the bus stations. Back when all the buses used to stop right there where the Carousel Mall is.
Yeah.
Yeah, back when they stopped over there, like it was like when that 99 Sister was up before, they had to shut it down because they kept getting robbed every day. But yeah, there were all those people outside. They were all having a barbecue, and they're like, "Bro, listen, can you hook it up? We just need hot sauce. We just don't have $1. Could you please give us $1 for just some hot sauce for this barbecue?"
They wanted hot sauce?
Yeah, that's all that they need because they were already asking people for change, and they were already building up their little barbecue and everything like that. Like they did like I don't know if you guys have ever seen Raising Hope. There we go. Have you guys ever seen Raising Hope?
No. Not off the top of my head, I can't think.
So, in the show Raising Hope, they stole a shopping cart and they made the shopping cart into a grill, which all they did was just lay it flat, put wood underneath, and lit the fire from there, and then it burns up the iron, steel all around, and then they can cook on it. That's what these homeless people were doing. They had their shopping cart right there. They had their fire. They were cooking it up. But one guy was just like, yeah, I don't mind eating this. I'll eat this just as it is. But I just wanted to ask you before I just shout out, can we get some hot sauce? I'm like, all y'all need some hot sauce? Like, what y'all got to drink though? The food was looking real good, but I wasn't down
for shopping cart burgers or hot dogs.
They were bumping it up on that thing. Like, they had that radio, like the old school box of the FM radio that's sitting there. One dude was just jamming. The other person was just flipping. They had like different kinds of meat from the
Damn, these guys were set up. They were camping.
Yeah, they were whipping it up. They just needed some hot sauce. And I was like, fuck it, I got you. I'll get you some hot sauce. I go and I bought the hot sauce, but then I had it in my head. I was like, I don't think they had drinks. Let me give them this bootleg sodas, cups. There they go. And I was like, here you go. And I walked away, got on my bus, and I was like, wait, I don't know if they even had plates. I should check. Even these guys, they're willing to make the most out of these foods and stuff like that. We kind of went from like a mother who was giving the kids just steady food to like homeless people. Partying it up in front of a 99
Just partying it up in front of a 99-cent store. My goodness. That's a crazy story.
It's on me, right?
Yeah. Your turn.
So I picked this one not because of the title. Well, no, because of the title, but mainly because, like, when it comes to religious things, I love hearing what people have to say about their religious stuff like that. But am I the asshole for telling my religious cousin to go fuck herself?
Where is it?
Oh, yeah.
It's still on the first page. Really dumb.
For telling my cousin?
Yeah, for telling my cousin to go fuck herself. But it says F myself, but I know what they mean. They mean.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, I see it. Uh-oh. Here we go.
I hate when it does that out of fine. Am I an asshole for telling my religious cousin to go fuck herself? I, 22-year-old female, grew up around a conservative Christian family. I was Catholic and Christian. What about y'all? What do y'all want to share?
Christian. I was raised Christian.
No.
Although I'm more agnostic now.
Yeah, I'm pretty much.
I think agnostic's the word.
I was raised Christian.
Von Holland. I believe that you should earn your way up by proving to yourself your greatness.
Ah, the Kanye way.
Yeah. But not Kanye. I hate Kanye with a passion. Like y'all don't know. If I was walking down the street and I saw Kanye doing a fundraiser for cancer kids, I would wait till the fundraiser's over, walk up to him and be like, all right, I hate you and I want to square you up. I wouldn't wait till the fundraiser's over because you were doing a nice thing, but you still did so much shit that I still hate. And we need to square up right now. Like, we can do this right now.
No.
Like, I'm tired and I want you at your best. So if you want, we can make an appointment. Or if you try to death me, I will find you. I found you now. Just know I'll find you. So what's your number? We can schedule this. I don't like Kanye. Good music though. I will not doubt his music. His music's great. Just him as a person. Alright, for some background information, I lived on my own, but moved back into my mom's house for my mental health while I finished community college to transfer to university next year. My mom is Christian too, but not to the extreme. She's supportive around issues of abortion and non-religion. My cousin, 25-year-old female, is very religious and also lives with her mom. Last night, she came over to visit. I am not religious, but respect my family's religion. I do not like to participate in family prayers because I consider myself agnostic / bordering atheist. I think they mean like borderline atheist.
Yeah.
As a result, I turned more into spirituality. I do an egg cleansing very few months. What the fuck is an egg cleansing? I'm gonna look that up after this. Or do y'all know?
I was doing an egg cleanse. Yeah,
do y'all know what that is? Or
it's like you only eat eggs.
Alright, I'm gonna look it up right after this. Every few months when I feel stressed out and just not completely right, when my cousin was over last night, I was in the process of doing one. She completely freaked out because my little sister knew it was a form of spirituality, and knew what I was doing. However, she nor my mom did not participate in it because they think it's stupid, which is fair. My cousin then told me that because my mom is Christian, I should not be doing it in her house. I told my cousin I do not mind. Told my cousin to mind her own business because I do pay rent unlike other family members, and I do not do it indirectly correlation to disrespect my mother's religion, as she does not use religion to disrespect my lack of religion. She got me really mad and started to yell, and I told her I didn't care and walked away in the middle of her yelling and told her to tell someone who cares. I do think that the way I handled it was a bit more immature, but my cousin full on yelling at me, telling me what to do like I was a child, really got in my asshole. Yeah.
Wait, well, so what happened?
So basically what's happening is the cousin's blowing up on this person because they're being spiritual and they're doing an egg cleansing in the mother's home. She said that because your mom's a Christian, you shouldn't be doing that spiritual stuff because of the fact that you're in your mother's home. But she's saying, no, I should feel free to do so because although I'm living with my mom, paying rent, unlike a lot of other family members, which I'm pretty sure this is a slap at her for living with family members and not paying rent at all. So the fact that she's saying that she should have the right to do an egg cleansing, even though it's not a part of their religion, she's doing it in her room in a rate that she paid for, so she should be allowed to do it. But the cousins say like it shouldn't matter because you're living with your mom and she's a Christian, and this is a Christian home, so you shouldn't be doing that at all.
Well, it sounds like we gotta figure out what the hell an egg cleansing is, though. Like, what is that?
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up right now.
Like, is that something where you make fun of Christians or something? Like,
Yeah,
I looked it up and I didn't see anything like that. I just see like a dietary.
I'm literally imagining what an egg cleanse is. It's like some dude just literally cracking some eggs and just cleaning the eggshells.
And just
Egg
eating them,
cleanse.
right?
Um,
Like, how is that religious or not religious?
I'm so confused, like, when it comes to that egg cleanse. What is it, DeAndre?
Spiritual egg
Healing
cleansing.
method. It's a form of a healing method. Oh, hold on, wait. I think I found something. Oh, no, this is a book on it. And other stuff. Okay, let me just do this. Goddamn, my goddamn fucking fat ass goddamn figures.
Okay, it says it uses it to ward against black magic and witchcraft.
Oh, so it's like how it is with Wolf Sage. It's such
Yeah.
like that, right?
Yeah. Wait, so was the
okay.
non-religious woman doing the egg cleansing, or was the mom doing the egg cleansing?
It's the one that's becoming a spiritualist that's doing the egg cleansing.
Yeah.
Oh, so the cousin was doing the egg cleansing.
No, the cousin is super Christian. The mom is just, Christian. And then she's atheist becoming a spiritualist.
Okay. So she went from like an agnostic to atheist to spiritualist, and she's doing a egg cleansing, and then the Christians were getting upset that she was doing an egg cleansing.
Well, that's the thing. The mom's not upset. It's the cousin.
It's
that's
the
only one
cousin,
that's
yeah.
Yeah. She's yelling at her and treating her like a child. And it's like, if you want her to respect your religion, respect her religion. And then you're saying, oh, this is your mom's house. She's a Christian, so you should be doing that. But like she said, she's not just living with her mom, free of rent, and just doing whatever she wants. She's paying her part of the rent. So she should be allowed to do that as well. So, like, if she goes in her room, where she paid rent for, okay, boom. Shut the fuck up, cousin. I'm in my room. And you can't do shit about it, because as soon as I go in my room and I tell you to get out, you have to leave, because I'm paying my rent, so this is my room. So I do feel like the cousin's in the wrong, and that this person is not the asshole.
Yeah, well, based off of what I saw, yeah, the egg cleansing thing doesn't seem to be anti-Christian in any way. I don't get why this person's getting so upset, especially for someone that was non-religious and is now becoming like spiritual, which is like a type of religion, I believe, or like kind of like a
like
folk.
a lot of spirituality. Well, from what I've learned, I haven't really dug any research. A lot of spirituality is doing a lot of methods in which you cleanse your body from any negativity or any evil or anything like that. Like, that's what it is. It's crazy. It's pretty much like as if you're baptizing yourself. But you're doing it like a lot of the times when you're stressed out and stuff like that, or you're almost doing it every day, depending on how you are, depending on which spirituality you're going through. Because I only know like two people who are going through it. The homegirl who, I'm not gonna say her name. I'm just gonna say the homegirl. So the homegirl, she uses both crystals, wood sage, and there's one other one, but I can't remember because she just started it. But that's all she does. She says she does it like 2 or 3 times a week. And then her husband, who is also a Christian, he doesn't mind it because it's not bothering him. She doesn't doubt his religion. He doesn't doubt her religion. They just keep it at peace. They don't push religion onto the kids. They share it with the kids, both together. And then, they're waiting for when the kids are older, they understand, they're more developed. And once they have an understanding of the world, then it's like, you decide, do you want to be a Christian? Do you want to be a spiritualist? Or do you want to branch out to other religion and see if those speak to your world? Which is something that I respect from a parent, because not a lot of parents do that. Like, they're immediately jumping, like, nowadays, like even with you, that's where we talk to Jen about, like, hey, how do you feel about, like, if we have kids in the future, I'm teaching them Spanish. She's like, I don't want them learning Spanish because I'm afraid of them saying things about me behind my back, and I don't know unless you're here. Or I would have to learn Spanish too. In which, that is a fair point, but at the same time, Spanish is what brings a lot of Spanish or Latin Americans together a lot. It's their own language. It's such like that. It's the same thing with black people. Like, when we come up to each other like, yo, what up, man, and stuff like that. Like, when we talking on I forget what people were calling it. What was it?
No, I don't know.
Shabbat or something. I don't know. But you know, when we talk to each other in our way, or when we talk to each other in sports and everything else like that, we have our own way of how we talk to each other. That not a lot of people catch or get. But at times people do catch it, but late. Like, how quick did you guys come to understand bet? Like, hey, you coming over? Like, yeah, I'll be over. All right, bet. Like, I mean, you guys understood that right off the bat when you guys first heard bet.
I don't know. What's bed?
See,
Bet.
that's that term that we came up with. We'll take like this, like Bears pretty much say like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. Instead of just actually saying, okay, yeah, sure. But
okay, yeah, sure.
We're putting together with our own way of code. And we do it with our own kids, we do it with our cousins, our uncles. So I see like that, and then it's the same thing with this. So this cousin, I'm gonna have to say the cousin's a complete asshole. Especially if the moms are saying anything, she is the adults. Well, they're all adults, But the mom is the one that has her name on the goddamn lease or the name of the house, the apartment, or whatever. She's the one who really owns it all. And even if she's not even saying anything. So obviously she's saying silently, it's okay for this. Because she's paying her rent, she's doing the school, she's doing it right, she ain't doing drugs, she ain't coming home late at night, she ain't driving crazy, she ain't playing no wild music, she ain't got 32 kids. She's being a good kid. Well, good girl, or woman, because she's like 22. She's just living a dream. Which, by the way, if you can hit me up, my stream is Senpaithuglife.
Don't be hitting up the Reddits. My goodness. But I agree. She's not being an asshole. It sounds like the cousin's the one really being an asshole, trying to stuff her religion down her throat and everything. He's like, oh, you're disrespecting our religion. And it's like, no, I'm just doing my religion, okay? I'm allowed to do my religion. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, religion is a touchy subject. Like, yeah, it's as long as she even says that she's not blatantly doing it to disrespect her mother.
Yeah, it's like she's just doing it for herself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you had a roommate that was, let's say, like Jewish or something, and they wanted to celebrate Hanukkah, you wouldn't be upset about that, right?
I would. If they get 3 gifts or 9 gifts.
Well, you can't be mad at them for being jelly. You can't be jelly. You can't just be jelly at them.
Well, you can be jealous, but then jealous isn't the same as you're mad at that person.
Yeah.
I don't get enough gifts. I could use.
No, you know what used to piss me off at Christmas?
What?
My mom did this so many times. And I remember the first time she started doing it, right? We were only 10. That's why I remember it, because she did it every year from then, and every year it would piss me off. Until I got older, and then I was like, I don't like this now, and I expected. I didn't start liking it until I was about 19. 20 was when I realized, okay, I like this. But 19, I started liking it. But every year on Christmas, I don't know if they did this to y'all, but my mom would have it to where, all right, everyone, come on out to the Christmas. We have it's Christmas Eve. We're going to have our Christmas Eve little dinner, and then we're going to go to bed early for Christmas. Yeah. So we would eat our dinner and say, before you go to bed, I'm going to let you guys open up one gift from the Christmas tree. Now, the first time she did this, she kind of expected us to go for the gifts that was right in the front. But we went for the biggest fucking boxes. So she was like, go ahead and pick your present. And we went for the big one. She was like, oh, hold on. Wait. Okay, never mind. I'll pick it. Here. This one's yours. This one's yours. This one's yours. This one's yours. We'd open it up and we'd be pajamas that she wouldn't want us to wake up in the next morning to take pictures with.
Clothes. Yes.
That woman is sly. That's some sly shit.
The only reason why I started liking it around the time I was 19 was because she started getting better with the pajamas, and the next thing you know, I got some comfortable stuff that I'm like, whoa, hold up. Like, hold on, let me show you guys one of the ones she gave me. And I was like, like it because it feels good and it's on a character I like.
Oh my gosh,
still don't
the pajamas.
Show and tell, yeah.
Did they ever do that with your family? You celebrate Christmas, right, Josh?
Yeah, well, we did.
Yes.
This is what I realized. Oh wow, I'm really liking this.
Well, has it got Stewie on it?
Yes, this is Stewie. She got me Stewie pajamas, and these motherfuckers are comfortable to the point where I took care of them. I make sure they get the most appreciated wash. I washed them like 4 months ago. Still smells like the soap.
My
And I
goodness.
have my whole pool of all my favorite ones that she knows block me. The ones that are comfortable. But after the age of about like 24, I kind of noticed that she's been getting older because she bought some real ugly pajamas that are not comfortable. When I had moved out and came over for Christmas, and she bought me like, it was like, oh, okay, red pajama pants, but they cut like, let me see if I can bring my leg. They cut right here, and so it kept getting annoying. But the thing was that it was the right size, just not the right length, but that was all that they had. But that's how they were meant to be. They're not meant to go all the way down, they're meant to be cut right here for whatever reasons. And she gave me a pajama shirt, which had a ugly ass reindeer on it, because they looked at the fabric reindeer within the whole thing instead of doing a graphic design of a reindeer. Just know that shit was itchy, and I slept naked. I did not know how to tell her this was disgusting.
It was so disgusting, I slept naked, Mom. It was bad.
I didn't even need to take out my underwear, but I did because I felt like the underwear was part of the pajamas.
My goodness, jeez Louise. Some crazy Christmas presents.
I enjoy it. Honestly, like, you don't become appreciative of clothes until you become an adult and you're like, God, clothes are expensive. Thank you for these socks. Yes!
That's very true. That's very true. It's like, as a kid, you're like, oh, you got me socks? Okay, whatever. Pair of pants?
It's kind of.
But
like
nowadays, you're like,
that.
oh my gosh, thank goodness. I've been needing socks. Thank you, the Lord. I praise you, Mama. I praise you.
It's like a little kid that will come up and it's like, oh, you got me an avocado. Dang.
I love that little kid. When I saw that video, I was like, oh, I have a kid like that. Like, I just pulled up and give him my fucking one burrito chip from a Dorito bag that I'm eating right in front of him. I'm like, Merry Christmas. You're giving me one of your Doritos? I love it. Can you eat more? I'll wait till dinner. After dinner, I'm going to eat it, Dad. And I'm just going to be like, when he gets older, if he asks me for a Lamborghini, I'm just going to immediately say yes. If you're going to have it to
It's like, you earned that Lamborghini.
That humble? Okay, Billy, I'm buying you.
Yes, I want to take over the world.
Alright, so I was starting with taking over China. We take their military sources and then we go to Africa to let everybody know we don't give a fuck. Alright? Now, this is where you come in the help. Because I'm gonna have to take some girl. You're gonna have to fake kill me. Like some Game of Thrones type of shit. We'll make a movie out of it. I've been live documentary. And then you're gonna kill it. I'm just gonna be hiding out. We're gonna give me the whole face and you make me look like Keanu Reeves or some shit like that. He's just like, wow, man. Why would you go so far to help me out? I was like, dude, you remember when you were like 6 and I gave you one chip from my back that said Merry Christmas?
God. All because of a bag.
All because of a Dorito chip and some humbleness. Oh my goodness.
You guys both want to do one more before calling it? I kind of want to play some games. I'm not gonna.
Okay, Miguel, I think it's your turn. So,
Yeah, so this is the last one, right?
Wait, Josh, you want to do one more or not?
It's Miguel's turn, so unless Miguel doesn't, I guess I can find one.
Because I was saying, like, if you both wanted to do one more before calling it.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, I'm good.
Oh, okay, then yeah, Miguel would be the one to end it, and then I'm probably gonna play either Apex? Yeah, because Apex just updated, so shit.
Yeah, they got this whole new update with what's her name with the turret, Rampart.
Yeah, because they buffed her. So now you'll be able to carry your ultimate around. Like, you can carry it around and shoot it, versus once you plant it, you can take it down, and then that's it. Which I think is dope. Like
yeah.
She's got this tongue, just like...
Yeah, me and Julian were trying out earlier. It's kind of slow, but it is pretty dope. You can crack shields pretty easy.
Oh, yeah, that thing is
I'm
fun.
trying to find one that looks like that we could actually agree that they are an asshole. Because so far, most of them have been...
we don't need to all agree that they're assholes. Because that's something else...
I'd like something a little bit more conflicted. I'm trying to find something like that. Well, let's see.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to do was have it to where whenever we do our part, whenever we express our way of how we see it and how we would do about it, I wanted to do like a pool that would pop up and then the audience can be like asshole, not an asshole, but vote.
Respond.
And then we would be like, yeah, certified assholes.
Okay, let's see. I finally told my
These
mom.
are the certified assholes. Yeah.
Certified.
Asshole. They're gonna be called the A-list. Yeah.
For being upset about my husband's gift. Oh, here's one. I think this one we could probably be a little debated on. Am I an asshole for being upset about my husband's gift? Let's see, cause
Let's hear this.
yeah, I want to see this. This could go a lot of ways. Let's see. My husband and I are on a budget. We both decide that after I lost my job due to global situation, COVID, that I'd stay at home with our kids until they were old enough to go to school. We agreed to consult each other on what we spent. I am not listed on his bank account, but I use his card to buy groceries, etc. Make sure we don't overspend. I run every expense by him and stick to a specific list to make sure that we're on track. Okay. About a week ago, he said that he bought me a gift. I thought, well, it would be hard to consult me if he was trying to surprise me. So, alright, I asked how much, and he said, not that much. And the brother told, that bothered me, but I let it go. Few days later, one of our essential bills came out, and he's overdrawn. Uh-oh. Turns out that the gift was more than he led me to think it was. I know I would have pushed for an actual amount. That's my bad. The gift arrived, and it's some sort of very intricate electronic computer building component thing. Okay? I've never had any interest in electronics. I mean, I think it's cool other people do it, and I'm glad that they enjoy it, but that's not really something I care for. I feel like he bought it more for himself. He builds computers and such as a hobby. I tried to present it as something for me because it's a subject matter I have passing interest in, as, oh, that's cool, that works the way it does, the thing, and extent of it. And he didn't take our expenses into account when making the purchase. He always leaves some leeway for emergencies, but this exceeded that amount. Uh-oh. I'm upset he not only overspent, but also spent on something he knows I'm not going to use. We've been together for 8 years. He should know by now what things I like. He says I should appreciate the effort and at least try to use it. I'm in my 30s, and I know what activities bring me joy. I got out of my way to find things he likes. He's not interested in doing things with me, which was my first thought. He literally gave me the box of parts and wants me to sit and work on them. Am I the asshole for being upset? Oof.
I'm in the middle because at one point it does seem like he's doing all of this strictly for himself. Like, this is supposed to be his gift to you, but it's really to him. But the other side of me is saying that he was trying to get you into what he's doing. He's trying to get you into his world so that you guys can do this together. because you guys already have it to where there's not a whole lot of things that you guys do together that you have in common. So he tried to introduce something to you from his world, and from there, it's just your take on it, which, yeah, it's expensive as fuck, which that was stupid of him. He should have gone for something like so expensive to do it or everything like that. He should have done a slower, smaller process, or just done something completely different. He could have done something completely different that could have been cheaper, and then, this whole thing would have been avoided. But at the same time, she should also understand that, or see if what he's trying to do is bring a hobby to her that she might have an interest in to get to know her.
It feels like it feels like based off her description that it came from a place of love. He wants her to be involved in the things that he likes, and maybe he's just looking at it from more of a self-centered point of view. Then maybe I should expand out to some of her interests. So in that way, he is definitely at fault, But at the same time, I think she should try to appreciate it. But overdrawing himself is a bit of a reckless thing to do. That's for sure. Especially being in your 30s. At this point, you shouldn't be so reckless with your funds. Yeah.
If he wasn't going to do that, or say there really was only just a little bit of money, then it's come on, he's just trying to introduce it to you. But he went all out. Way too much. What do you think, Josh?
I think we're actually gonna side with the wife because they've been together for 8 years, and I'm sorry, even though it might have came out from the heart. If you've been with someone for 8 years and you would have taken the time to get to know them, and you know that the other person is not that interested in something that you might be in, you shouldn't go out of your way to overdraw an account for that specific interest that the other person has, but your significant other does not. Especially when you've been together for a good amount of time. It's kind of a hit or miss with me, I'm going to say that she's not an asshole. No. She's not. She's within her right, they got.
Well, but
he has his taste, he has her taste, but she even says that she goes out of her way to try to be part of that, that interest. But sometimes not. People like oranges, other people like apples.
Yeah.
But I think the problem is that they've been together for 8 years. So I'm pretty sure he's kind of realized the pattern of his gifts, in which he's giving her the same thing the past 7 years, and he's worried that if, the next gift is going to be the same thing, which she'll be disappointed. What can he do to top it? If that was the case, I would understand his side more, but because that doesn't seem to come up, or that doesn't seem to be the case, it just seems like he just put out his money just to try to, almost pressure her. Well, not pressure her because he told her it was only a little bit, but try to ease her into his world when she's already tried and she's just not interested. So I kind of have to agree with Josh. If it wasn't for the fact that he pretty much emptied out the bank account and he just literally spent only a little bit like he said, if that was true, then I would be more on his side a little bit. But I'd have to agree with Josh. I'd have to say that she is not an asshole for it. He shouldn't have emptied the bank account just to buy a gift that would please him more than her. Come on. You could have took her out on a cruise and that would have pleased both of you. But you bought computer components knowing that she already tried it and she wasn't interested in it. So that's just like how it is with some girls are dating. And they're not into video games. It's I'll ask you guys, I'll tell them, you don't have to play video games. You don't have to, you don't need to. Like, if I'm playing the game or something like that, and you want to talk, I don't mind cutting it off. Just let me finish my match real quick, and then it's like, okay. And then, that's the perfectly fine. It's it. There'll be times where, I'll be like, if you want, you can try it. I'll ask once, maybe twice, because you haven't tried it or something like that, or maybe you just haven't found the genre of game that fits you. But it's like, I'm not going to push it. I'm not going to go out of my way to spend all my money on a console, all the games, controller, just to throw it at you and say, happy birthday. Let me know when you're on console we can play. I'm not going to empty out my bank account and do that to the person. Like, no. So I'm going to have to say she is not an asshole.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, like, I don't know. I feel kind of bad for this guy also, because it feels like he wanted to try to do something so that they could be, like, together more, doing something that he enjoys. And I get it that he's being... Definitely the guy's being a little bit of an asshole by not considering, like, her as much in the decision. But, like, her getting... Like, I guess it doesn't really say how much upset she got with him over it. I might be just thinking that maybe she got more upset than I'm thinking.
Mind you, this was supposed to be like a gift between. So this was during Christmas, or I'm assuming. And
yeah.
So it is during Christmas.
Yeah, they wanted to do Christmas, I think. Yeah.
Okay. So during Christmas, and they accepted. Hey. We'll surprise each other, but we have a set limit. What limit did they set for themselves that the guy said, I'm gonna cash out the entire bank account? What?
It's like one of the things that sucks is that she said that she already tried some of the stuff that he's into. He tried some of the stuff that she's into. At that point, me and myself would think, okay, I tried the stuff that she's into, she's not, which I don't really like. She tried the stuff that I'm into, she doesn't really like. Why don't we both find something together that interests both of us? It's start a new hobby that we both can get into. We both can get into painting, we both can get into crafts, we both can get into like wanting to hike adventures, we both can get into wanting to do project calls for,
They can both start my OnlyFans.
Yeah, they can start our OnlyFans together. They can start watching Bella Thorne or Lucy, Bella. They can subscribe to Bella being together and both watch the content together.
My goodness.
I was joking.
That would be an experience.
She's still popping too, by the way. I'm not subscribed to OnlyFans. I don't know anybody who is. I have an idea of who might be, but I'm not gonna say who. But yeah, I think Rolando has an OnlyFans and that he's following girls in pain. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna say your name out there. But I think that Mr. Haskell might also, because he already told me that he had Snapchat premiums of like 3 or 4 different girls. So I'm not surprised if you have female girls that you're following on there too.
Wait, now? Like right now? Or like in the past?
It was in the past, just before.
Okay.
It was before they got married, but while they were still engaged, he was still following their Snapchat premium.
Oh, the premium?
They were actually still engaged when he had the Snapchat premium. But after he deleted it all.
Okay.
He still had it, but he wasn't watching it. But he just kept forgetting about it until he was like, oh.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
He used to watch it before they got engaged.
Hey,
No gossip. Huh?
No gossiping here.
She already knows. She already knows.
Yeah.
No gossiping. Though.
Okay, good.
We're sticking to the asshole right now. You're the asshole.
Well, is Corey an asshole for having to following the premium?
If my wife, we could be married for 15 years. And I'll still be excited. Like, yes.
Meat to the meat.
I won that too, by the way.
Oh my gosh.
I was high that match.
That was hilarious.
Okay. Let's settle this. DeAndre,
Yeah.
is he the asshole or not?
I'm going to say no.
Miguel, is he the asshole or not?
Oh, who? The girl?
The wife. Yeah, it's the wife.
The wife? No. I kind of wanted to play devil's advocate a bit more, but no, I gotta agree that she's not really. I mean, he was too reckless. Whether it came from a place of love or not, he needs to not be so reckless with their funds. Because that's gonna get them all in trouble.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think she definitely has the right to be angry.
At least like, at the same time that they got the credit card bill, they didn't get the electric bill and the rent bill.
Yeah, if they didn't like go into debt or something, then like whatever. But since they did, you know, that's a big deal.
So that's 3 for 3 because I'm also saying she's not an asshole. So yeah,
Right.
not an asshole.
Not an asshole. Uh-oh.
Yeah. How would you do this?
Thank y'all for coming on down. We've had like what, like
2 hours?
50-50? I'm trying to think of like what was the ratio of assholes? I mean,
All of them. We agreed that none of them were assholes, really.
Yeah, none of them were assholes. We need to find some stuff that, you know.
That's what I was hoping to find. I was hoping to find some assholes. I was like,
Yeah.
angry at a gift? That's gotta be. And then no, it turned out to be not that. Dang it.
Yeah. We need to find.
we're still at the big stage of it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What we'll do is I'll look up some of this stuff later and see if I can find some ones that we can really bite into. If we do this
You can do
again.
that. If get you for another one, Josh, we'll just research on some more that we want to save for next time, and then when we have our next podcast, we'll do it again because I actually really like this.
Yeah, this is fun. I like this. I like the gossiping too.
Now the thing is, I don't know if I can end stream because at the same time, I'm gonna go play Apex, so it's like, don't want to end stream and then play Apex, or don't want to stream Apex because all I do is just update.
Well, I'll stream it also if I play with you. You cool with me joining in?
Yeah, if you're gonna join them, then yeah, I'm gonna just keep the stream going. I'm just gonna update it to Apex.
Okay.
And,
Well, what we could do is we could take a break, stop the stream, and then start it back up.
Yeah, 30-minute break.
Yeah. Josh, did you want to play Apex?
Yeah, you want to join us?
Unfortunately, I have to go to work tomorrow. So I need to
Oh, okay.
I gotta be up by 3.
Okay.
Did you get the one for Sam's Club or just another warehouse?
I'm
No.
working at Senpaithuglife.
Yeah, he got the job at San Manuel.
Okay, maybe I should just go. Well, no, because I'm gonna do my orientation for Target Friday.
Good luck, by the way, too.
Oh, yeah.
Target should be fun. Which Target you working at?
The one on the show, bro.
Orange Show?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That one's good.
Alright.
Traffic's gonna be a bitch though, especially during the rave nights. By the way, just so you know.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm really worried about. Which, by the way, because of all these raves opening back up, I might just go back and do Uber again specifically for raves. like I said, the first time I did a rave drive with Uber and Lyft, Jose made $400 in one night in like 3 hours.
Yeah, that's good.
I pushed for 6 hours and made like $700.
Damn.
I was like, I am set for the rest of the goddamn 2 weeks. I can chill if I want to, or if I want to just make some extra money, I can. But yeah, so
Hey, go for it, man.
yeah, that's what I'm about to do. But the only thing is that my car's still not registered under my name. It's still registered under my brother's name thanks to the dealership. Assholes. But luckily, I've been thinking about buying my number 2 dream car, which is the Toyota 6.
Oh yeah, actually, the new one that's coming out, or are you talking about the 86?
No, yeah, the brand 2021 Toyota 86. I want to get it, but I for a fact that it's already going to be about $30,000, probably $35,000. So I might get an older model, probably like 2017. So when I saw it was 2017, and I could still get it in any color I want, and it was only going to be about $18,000. So that'll be way more easier for me to handle because $30,000. That's about like $500 every month. They're going to want me to pay that off.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of money.
That's the minimum. That is the minimum. They can still spike me up to like probably like what, like $600-700. Like bitch, I'll pay him rent.
Yikes!
What do you think of the new Nissan Z?
The Nissan Z, I haven't seen too much from it, but from what someone told me about the specs is that it seems like it's okay. Like it's what they expected from it.
I like the body lines on it. Like I've seen some photos about it, and I like it. I'm into the body line.
I'm just waiting for my car to be flying. They promised us that in the 80s. They still haven't given it.
They technically got them.
They promised flying cars back in the 50s. It's never gonna happen.
50s.
Well, I mean, they technically got them. It's just they're very dangerous right now. Basically, a helicopter is a flying car, you know.
No, that shit should be. No, I want some future car.
Honestly, I don't think we deserve flying cars or licenses to fly cars because
drunk drivers.
We're terrible at driving on the road. Can you imagine people flying over houses in residential areas and just crashing? It's like, no.
Yeah. See, that's the big problem with having like a bunch of people in something like a flying car is that like people are not going to be responsible with them, and there's no pulling over because you ran out of gas in a flying car. You're falling down to your death in a flying car.
If they were to ever do flying cars, they're gonna have to make it super regular. Like what? Automatically, you gotta have no DUI, no speeding tickets, no parking tickets. You can't have no accident reports, no missing car reports, because, you know, if you have a missing car report, what's going to prevent the fact that this car is going to be stolen? And somebody who doesn't have a license to be flying a fucking car is flying one now. And you got to make sure you have all that regulated. And they're going to have so many goddamn routes to the right. And the one thing that's going to piss me off is nobody using a signal light in the air.
Not to mention, like, I don't think it'll be possible because there are some, you know, military air zones that people might end up flying through and be like, you're not supposed to be here.
Stay at Area 51 people with the flying cars. They're going to give it to us, and you guys are going to fucking make them take them away. Like, think about it. There were so many laws and rules because someone did it and was stupid. Like, what was it? It was a stupid law that I heard, like, not too long ago. You're not allowed to seduce your dog in certain states.
What?
Because, yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Seduce?
Like try to seduce them.
Your dog?
Actually, it was like all animals.
What the fuck?
Like, it says you are not
what kind of law is that?
Like people to where there was a law you're not supposed to, you know, bestiality, but then they had it to where they made a law so you're not supposed to try to seduce them to come onto you, because it's bestiality if you're coming onto them, but it's reverse in humanity if they're coming after you. So you have to make a law say don't seduce animals.
Don't seduce your animals, my god.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore. I just don't. I'm done.
I can tell you right now, anything that's watched a lot of us, and a lot of us, they're just like, what the fuck? And then the other times, we're like, bro, did you see season 38 of fucking Earth? That shit blowing the fuck up right now. Everyone died. Hey, what's that guy doing? He's putting peanut butter in his ass, and he's doing a dance? What's that dog doing? Oh, nope. Leave his shadow. Leave his shadow. Leave his shadow. What is this? I'm trying to leave it now. Oh, God.
My goodness, Jesus Christ.
Just got peanut butter in his ass, twerking.
Oh my God, stop. No, stop, please. Just stop.
Please,
Alright,
no.
guys,
God,
that's
save
what
us.
I'm calling it there. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for having me on.
Alright, everyone, I'm going to be BRB. Just going to have this BRB, well, currently offline being on here. I'm going to go ahead and mute my mic and sit here and watch that video. I will probably text you or message you at, see, it's 8:42 right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to round it off to 3, so 30 minutes, so 9:15. Is that good?
9:15 works for me. I'll get set up. I'll get everything set up.
Alright, I'll see you at 9:15. Do we want to stay in the call or do we want to just recall?
Yeah, we'll just...
I'm going to turn off camera.
We'll just recall. We'll recall. Since it'll just be probably me and you, so, yeah.
I'll see y'all later then. And,
alright.
Later, Josh.
Later,
Bye.
Josh.
Bye.
Later,
Bye.
DeAndre. See you in a sec. Uh-oh. Oh, no. They hung up early. Well, thank you guys all for watching. If any of you are out there, we stay smiling. We stay sour. Anyway, catch you guys later. Be playing Apex soon. Peace. And